Hello, dear students. Welcome to our digital school. Today, let's get started with a new chapter in English. Our today's chapter is Shadows. Shadows are seen everywhere we go. They form a part of our life. Let's read the chapter and understand more about this. Children often play chasing games. In chasing game, as in a tag game, the player who chases is called it. He chases the others and tries to touch one of them. The one who gets touched becomes it, who in turn tries to touch another person. Yes, children, normally we all like to play the chasing game. So whenever we play this game, there will be a group of children playing and one person who will try to catch the other person becomes the it, and so on. Let's understand more. Children have fun chasing each other's shadows. Shadow tag is one such game. In this game, the player who is it tries to step on the shadow of one of the other players. This game requires an umpire who decides whether it has stepped on a shadow or not. To play this game, there must be light or sunshine. You also need a big open space where players can run around without bumping into things. Have you ever played shadow tag with your friends? There is another interesting game. We call it finger shadow. To play this game, you need only your hands, a bright light, and a clear wall. There is no need of an umpire or a partner. Also, you can play it all alone by yourself. Hold up your hands with the light shining behind them. Try to make the shape of a bird, flying, or a dog or a sheep. So children, there is a fun game that is called as shadow game. So, similar to the playing game, in this game, the person or the player has to catch or touch the shadow of the player. Yes, and there is one more game which is called as finger shadow. And in this game, we have to play using our fingers and our hands. So in shadow game, to know whether the person has caught the shadow or no, we need an umpire who will help us in judging properly. But in the finger shadow, you need nobody else. You can even play it all alone. As you can see in this picture, the children are using their hands and their reflections are seen. This is called the finger shadow game. Look at this picture. It will show you how to do it. Isn't it interesting? Try and make more shapes on your own. Now, do you know what makes a shadow? We have understood the game, but do we know how does the shadow come? There has to be light and there has to be something blocking the light. When you are outside during the day, light comes from the sun. If you block the sunlight, you will see a shadow on the other side of you. So, first thing that you need to play the shadow game is called light. And there should be something to block the shadow also. So when you block the light, you have the shadow, and in the morning you have it by the sunlight, and at night you have it by the moonlight. Have you seen your shadow at different times of the day? Sometimes it looks long and skinny. At other times it looks short and fat. The size and shape of the shadow depends on where the sun is in the sky. If the sun is overhead, the shadow will be short and fat. When the sun is lower in the sky, the shadow will be long and skinny. So, there are two different angles for a shadow. So, when the sun is over your head, it is short and fat, and when the sun is little lower in the sky, it is long and skinny. Now, have you ever tried looking at the night time in your bedroom and you have got scared of your own shadow? And do you know how do we get this shadow at night? Because when you put off your switches, there is still some light in the room. That is because of the moonlight. And because of the moonlight, you feel the shadow. So what are you supposed to do? Anything that blocks light can make a shadow on your bedroom wall. Even after dark, you can see shadows if there is moonlight or a street light beaming through the window. Beaming is nothing, just hitting through something and entering the room. So you can make your own shadows. One example is that you can take a flashlight. Flashlight is nothing, just a torch, and shine it on a small object. Look past the object, you will see its shadow. If you do that, you will see the shadow or the reflection of the object on the clear wall. And this is how you can see the shadows at every point of time and wherever places you are there. So children, I hope you have understood this chapter very well. Read the chapter, listen to the video once again, understand the chapter. Stay home, stay safe, study well. Meet you soon in the next video. Till then, bye children.